Good morning, dolls, and welcome to Little Gretchen's Workshop. This video is just kind of more or less going to be an update of some of the progress here in February, well, up to this point since I started the channel. This is that back hall. When I first started, it didn't have a handrail here, it didn't have a light. I hadn't completed the baseboards or the crown molding that's up there. That's all done. I even added a light. And you can't see it real good from that angle, but I did put the textured embossed paper on the ceiling as well. But I'm really tickled about that handrail. I'm also going to do a stairwell railing in that area as well. I just recently trimmed out that area right there below the floor, just so it would be a nice finish, right there in that area. That wood wasn't there in that little well area where that staircase is. So I'm feeling really good about the way that it's looking and how it turned out. So we're definitely making progress on the rooming house dollhouse. Let's check out that ladder. So if you haven't already seen this ladder, I have a video when I was actually making it. At this point, I've already aged it, stained it, installed it in the ceiling of that bedroom on the dormer side of the rooming house dollhouse. And just want to let you see how it works. I open that latch. It hangs there, folded up all nice and neat. And I just gently unfold it. Oh, I'm about to knock the candle down. But yeah, it straightens out. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It folds up nice and neat, fits right up in between the walls of the ceiling to the attic. So yeah, turned out great. So I just wanted to let you see how it works since it's been installed. So folding it right back up again. And I'm going to close it, and it's going to close nice and neat and flush. It's got that little handle that I added. And here we are in the attic. So I just wanted to let you see what it looks folded up. And when I get that door on there, it'll be undetectable under a rug. Made a really, really basic, simple design for the door. I'm going to stain it. There it is. Put a little chain on it. So that project's complete. Okay, so here we are in the cafe, and I was about to install the door because I've done just about everything else in this room. So I said, well, let's go ahead and get those double doors installed. And when I went to do it, I realized I had a little situation. After well, let me just show you. I normally, when I would install or just put the door in just to see how it would look, I would install it or stick it in from the music room side. And it seemed like it fit well. I felt like it was good. I was just going to trim it out from the cafe side and everything would be fine. And then after kind of just playing around with it a little while, I realized it really should be installed from the cafe side. Okay, so I pulled it out and put it on this side. And when I tried to fit it, it just wasn't working right. Something was off. And remember I told you, because the dollhouse is a vintage house, everything's not square. All the lines aren't straight. Things are warped. Well, this is a perfect example of that. That doorway was not cut square. It's not straight. And there is quite a bit of a gap on that far side of the door. When I put the door in straight, can you see down in that corner? It's a gap here. I'm going to have to adjust the mirror because I really want you to see this, because these are sometimes the things that you'll run into if you're dealing with a dollhouse that you're restoring. Sorry about my hand being in the way of the camera. I'm just trying to adjust adjust the camera so you can see. But see down in that corner, that lower corner of the door, there is a gap. And okay, I'm just trying to adjust it so you can really see really see what I mean. Sorry, I'm just fumbling. But see down on that low edge, it's just a gap. And that needs to be corrected. I can't allow it to stay like that. And Like my dad said, when it comes to dollhouse repairs, he said cardboard and joint compound will work wonders. It'll fix anything. So I'm going to have to take care of that. I may not really have to use any joint compound, but I'm definitely going to have to fill in that gap with a piece of cardboard. And I actually am really, really glad that I noticed it before I put my floor molding on, because that would have been a mess. So I'm gonna have to pull that out. I've got a piece of cardboard, and I do have, like I said, a piece of wallpaper that will, after I put the cardboard to shim and trim everything out, and then I will be able to line that wallpaper up correctly so that when I do the repair and correct that gap, that it will be undetectable to the eye. So yeah, these are the types of things you have to do with a vintage house. You may have to do it with a new house, or if you're putting a kit together, sometime everything isn't straight, everything isn't flush, sometimes the wood is warped. So I love the challenge. So we're going to go ahead and pop out and get that fixed, and then I'll bring you back. And here we are, back in the cafe. The door is installed, and let's peek over here in this corner. Look at that wall. That looks great. You can't tell. I've blended it in, lined up the paper pattern, and we're all set. Now, down in that corner, I did a little filler. I'm going to have to put a little bit of wood stain. But I might leave it like that. That looks like a rugged baseboard in an old house, but yeah, I think I'm going to put a little stain just to freshen it up. But I'm really pleased with how that corner turned out. It looks really good. The install looks great. I love that door so much. Now, right now at this point, it really just needs some doorknobs. It definitely needs some doorknobs. My ceiling is installed. See the ceiling paper, the design on the paper, and my light is installed. And I use battery powered lights. So I'm feeling really good about this. Okay, so that's just kind of an overview with that. Now, over here on this side, the window is fine, but I do have a little bit more work to do on this side. Now, this door was a door I put in 15 years ago, so I like it, but I'm definitely going to have to freshen it up a little bit. The down in the corner, I didn't put the baseboard because I'm considering putting a whole new door trim around the door, so I didn't want to install that until I decided. Yeah, I'm probably going to take all of that off and just put new trim around that. So yeah, and I just wanted to lay really, really neat, so I'm not going to put that other baseboard until I decide. Okay, and as far as the window doesn't look bad. It needs to be cleaned up. I'm probably going to stain that light part of the wood to be a little bit darker so it'll be like the others. And I do have a decal that looks like stained glass that's going to go inside the window there. So the updates will be forthcoming on that. And down at the base of the door, kind of the threshold, that needs to be repaired. But overall, I'm feeling really good about this room. I did not put molding up there across the top because I think architecturally they don't do that. If I'm wrong, it's possible, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But yeah, that's the cafe. And you know what? I'm really, really pleased with it. And I think I want to do a couple things. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna set it up just so you can get an idea of what my vision for this room is. So I'm gonna set the tables in. And another thing I did purposely, I guess not necessarily for eclectic purposes, but I wanted to, I put different tablecloths on each of the tables because I imagined if it was an old rooming house and some people bought it to rent out rooms, it's possible they may have had limited funds, so they may have some things that all didn't all match. So I put different tablecloths on the tables. They're pretty, they're clean, they look nice, but they're different. And yeah, I like the way that looked. And I didn't feel like it was too contrasting to the wallpaper. So yeah, and I put even different flower settings on each table. It's funny, that's kind of a whole thing now, but years ago people did it out of necessity. Now these centerpieces I'm using, these are the centerpieces that I made in my Trash to Treasure video. So definitely check that out to see how I did that. Okay, now let me put the chairs here because this smaller table I feel like would be for like a couple, and the bigger pink table is a bigger table, so I'm going to put 4 chairs around that. So that would be more like a table for a family. Oh, knock that vase over, centerpiece over. Okay, I thought I had another chair for this table. I'm missing a chair for this one. Not sure what I did, but let me see here. This is not the chair that I'm going to use at this table, but I'm just putting it there just for display purposes so you can see what I mean as far as my vision for this room. I'm going to put pictures on the walls and, oops, there's the other chair. I'm going to probably put a plant in the corner and some china on the, like in little cabinets or shelves on the wall. Just really pretty things. Okay, there it is. Oh, you know what? There was that other chair. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm gonna have to take this chair. Yeah, this was the other chair. Someone was sitting in it, so I'll have to give her another chair. But yeah, this is my this is kind of my vision for this room. So I just wanted to kind of share with you how it was coming along. Got a lot of details and accessories that go in this room. But I'll probably wait until after I do that door though before I do that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add a doorknob there. And like I said, I'm still thinking about my accessories, but let me bring you down here to kind of give you an eye level view because it really looks like a real room, like you're actually standing in a real room if you look at it from a particular angle. So just kind of zooming you in here, kind of getting down a little bit more like eye level. Okay, yeah. Doesn't that look lovely? And the floor looks good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just really excited about how it's looking. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull you in and I want to show you some of the updates in the pantry. Okay, so this is the pantry before the construction team got to work. You see the floors. The floor had been ripped up. The walls were really rough. That's my interpretation of a skim coat, maybe not so skim, but yeah, I put joint compounds on the walls because they were so rough. Now this is the room next to the kitchen. Okay, it's in that hall area next to the dining room. So it's actually below the back hallway. So you'll see in a moment. But yeah, it was looking pretty rough, pretty rugged. I had started to cut jumbo craft sticks to put on the wall. So you'll be able to see in a second about how it looked. Now this is just above. I'm showing again where I trimmed out that area around the opening to the stairwell. And I do have to make a stair railing around there to keep the residents from falling. Okay, so I'm just removing this tape. I glued some of the jumbo craft sticks to the wall. So they're going to be a type of a bead board, just a wider bead board. Now, you can see that some of the the boards, they're definitely uneven. I'm going to have to trim them. Would it have been easier if I cut them all the same height or length? Yeah, probably so. But yeah, that's not what I do sometimes. Now, you see that floor back there, that's just a barricade to keep the dolls from coming in here and getting injured. So I'll remove that. But you do see I installed the floor here. And that floor that's used as a barricade actually goes into that area, which will be a laundry room in the future. Now that corner I'm zooming in on here, I'm going to build a cabinet about 7 inches tall. It's going to be like a double door cabinet for food and different things, pots and pans. Oops, I'm spying on the people to see what's going on in the kitchen. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna be. And I'm still trying to decide if I'm gonna do beadboard on the ceiling. So yeah, got a lot of work still to do, but it's coming along. So I just wanted to just let you see what I was doing, where I was in the project. If you're enjoying these videos, let me know in the comments. I want you to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I'm uploading more video for the Rooming House Dollhouse. Bye-bye, dolls.